Pray with me, please. Holy God, we gather this day to honor those whose work and achievements stand out, exemplifying the spirit of the Marine Corps as unlimited learners who excel at achievement and excellence. Those who will be gathered here in front of us today, recruiters and drill instructor, combat instructor and career planners, Marine Security Guard and Athletes of the Year, and the unit with the highest average PFT-CFT score are examples of the excellence and determination the Marine Corps has stood for since 1775. We celebrate with these Marines and we give thanks for their families, for we know the values instilled in them come from those back home who support them and inspire them to reach their full potential. Bless them in their continued service as they lead other Marines to a lifetime of superior service to Corps, country, and you, our God. And as we gather to celebrate this morning, let us never forget our brothers and sisters in uniform in harm's way downrange and their families waiting for their return. These things we pray in your holy name. Amen.
March on the colors. Retire the colors.
Forward. March.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome. Today we are here to recognize those who scour the nation's landscape, seeking out those who will take their place upon the yellow footprints, those who shape the raw recruits and make every Marine a rifleman, those who sustain the transformation from within our ranks, then re-enlisting our finest, and finally, those who stand watch, ensuring security and stability in an unsecure and unstable world. In addition, we will also recognize the 3 top athletic Marines in our Corps who have demonstrated through their own personal performance the highest levels of physical fitness and athleticism in the command with the highest average score on the physical fitness test and combat fitness test. These extraordinary Marines continue to lead, shape, and build the future of our Corps. We say, well done, Marines. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce General David H. Berger, the 38th Commandant of the Marine Corps.
Good morning to you all. Marines are competitive by nature, which everybody in here already knows. There was a commandant and a sergeant major, though, some years back, who felt that there was a need to recognize some Marines so that all the rest of the Marines in the Marine Corps could see exceptional performance. That was 25 years ago, and General Krulak, as in a lot of other things, had pretty good vision. Probably would be smiling right now if he was standing up there to see where it is 25 years later. A couple of things before I talk about the awards themselves. First of all, awards that we give internally from within the Marine Corps are great. They are extra special when we have the support of sponsors who make it possible for families to be transported, for awards for the Marine to keep, and really to give visibility to it. And some of those sponsors are here this morning. So if you could join me first in a round of applause for all the sponsors behind the award. Second point, and other point before I talk about the awards, are the importance of families. Because a lot of our recognition when we're in the military, when we get an award, when we re-enlist, when we get promoted, a lot of times we're away from our families because we're deployed or training somewhere else, and you can't wait, so you just do the promotion on a Monday morning, and then when you get back to your family, then you tell them all about how the ceremony was. Which is okay, but it's not as good as when the families are there. You are here this morning. Could I ask all the families of the recipients to please stand up, and the rest of us just join in a round of applause. I will be amazed if you ask them, and I'll ask them later on, but I would be amazed if a fair percentage of them weren't also in the military. In fact, weren't also in the Marine Corps. This is a lineage that gets passed down, but it's remarkable. It's really great that the families are here. The next, just a couple words from me and the Sergeant Major about the awards and today. I told you this was the brainchild of the Sergeant Major and General Krulak at the time. And the way that the narrator talks you through them, there is a purpose behind that that should sink in with you. In other words, from off to the side of this left chair here is the high school student, right? Dave Berger or Troy Black, way on this end. And the chairs, as they go down, and the awards that we'll talk about this morning, carry that Marine all the way through. From the recruiter who found them, who first talked to them, probably the first visible symbol of the Marine Corps that the high school student found, ever saw, ever knew. Unless he had someone in his family, it was the recruiter. And then the drill instructor does everything that Chip Bierman and his commanders and drill instructors do to shape that Marine, who was a high school student, brought in by the recruiter, handed off to the drill instructor. And then the combat instructor that takes what now is a Marine and starts to make it into the rest of the story for us. Combat instructors. The career planners that help us keep the talent that we really do need in the Marine Corps. career planners, but really they're like a big brother, an uncle, a mentor, because they're the wealth of knowledge that knows all the places in the Marine Corps and the jobs and the whole future, where a Marine in his first 4 years can't see much farther than where he is as a corporal or a sergeant. The career planner spends the time with him and says, here's kind of what's in front of you. And before you walk out, just a few things to think about. They're not salesmen. They're really knowledgeable, and we're going to recognize a couple today. The ones, as you heard, stand watch, and then which is all around our posts around the Marine Corps, around the world. And one of which last month in Baghdad was kind of under siege. I imagine, I don't know the ambassador there, but I imagine the ambassador and all those employees in Baghdad were pretty doggone happy to have Marines guard that embassy, and then another 150 Marines flew in and reinforcement.
That's right.
Yeah, amen, right? If you ever meet an ambassador, perhaps you have, they're pretty grateful. They hug their Marines pretty close because they know that's like the last line of defense. And really the first one also at post 1. And then the athletic part of the Marine Corps, which Sergeant Major talks a lot about. These are athletes, but this is athleticism with a purpose, right? To be a Marine, because ours is a physical occupation. So there's a wrestler here, a couple of wrestlers, and a rugby player, but they represent the physical part of the Marine Corps. This is who we are. This is what we do. So the whole lineage from high school all the way through however long they stay in the Marine Corps, for 4 years or for 40 years. This is an amazing lineup, and again, the thought of someone 25 years ago, 2 leaders of ours, the Sergeant Major and the General, 25 years ago, hey, we really ought to think about recognizing this. Pretty amazing vision. Just a couple words, and then I'll ask the Sergeant Major to join me up here about these awards, from my perspective, how you might view them. First of all, some awards that we give, and you all know the heroism ones that are for a moment in time, right? Somebody rescues somebody from a burning car, or someone who's drowning, or performs with courage under fire in combat. But that's usually a moment. They are phenomenal stories. This morning is about sustained performance over time, not a moment. This is a year's worth of very hard work, because every one of us in this room has hard days. These Marines, every single day, put their shoulder into it. This is amazing, because most of us go like this, day to day, week to week. This is sustained superior performance every day, every week, round the clock. To me, it sets them aside, the sustained part. It's not a moment in time, because all of us shine occasionally. Some really sustain. That's the first part. Second part, I would tell you, if you gave the microphone to these Marines one at a time, I would be amazed if they didn't say, it is not about me, it's about the team. Second point, the team. To a person, I would bet if you gave them a microphone, they said, well, it wasn't really me, it was the team. It was the recruiting team, it was the drill instructing team, it was all the MSG detachment I was on, it was the whole wrestling team, it was about the team. This is the humility, the humble part about being a Marine. We struggle to be recognized, because first thought in our mind is, look at the team. The team did this. They did. But these Marines represent that team. That's why we're here this morning. The second point for me, just through my lens, is we're going to recognize people, but if you gave them the microphone, they'd say it's not about them. It's about the guys and gals that I work with. Third part and final part for me is probably one of the reasons that General Krulak and the Sergeant Major came up with this program was the example. None of these Marines up here, I would offer to you, are doing this because they want to set an example, and yet they do. Right? This is what all of us look up to. They are that example. In every part, every award category this morning, That's the example that the rest of us would like on our best day to get halfway there. They are the bar. They are the personal example. And if you're a recruiter, and I mean personal example, not just that you maintain a 1.5 or a 2.0 recruiting average. I mean how you act, how you lead, how you handle yourself, how you manage your family. Everything, the whole person, the whole human being. All the way down the line to the athlete and the unit that had the highest physical fitness tests and combat fitness tests. From end to end, they're the example. That's who we would like to strive to kind of be like. So for me, the sustained performance, the personal example, and the humility that says it's not about me, it's really kind of all about the team. This morning's a very special morning for a lot of reasons, and really fortunate that those of us in this side, really fortunate just to have this bigger team around us. I'm going to ask Sergeant Major before we start presenting, see if you can, if you'd like to add some comments for her, please.
No, thank you, sir. There are any number of awards that we could recognize here, but why does the Commandant look at these specific categories? Again, the brilliance of General Kulak, Sergeant Major Lee at the time. You know, Commandant's got certain responsibilities. He has to find people to join the Marine Corps, recruiters. He's got to transform people into Marines. He's got to want to basically train riflemen, combat instructors. He's got to find people who want to stay in the Marine Corps, either going into the recruiting or the reserve side of the house, or staying in the active duty ranks. And then he's got to develop a force that's the most ready, the nation's least ready, to operate in expeditionary combat environments. The physicality of that environment in an expeditionary sense is why we recognize the athletic side of who we are as a force, either by individual awards that the Commandant mentioned with athletes of the year, but also that unit in the Marine Corps that has the highest physical fitness and combat fitness test scores. That's the forward-facing portion of the Marine Corps with the addition of something that's very unique to Marines, and that's that Marine that stands on post 1 in all of our embassies and consulates. And really, interacting with those foreign partners of ours, the first person they see when they want to interact with the United States of America is a Marine. Those are pretty significant things that the Commandant is charged to do in his responsibilities. And that's why these awards particularly are recognized here in a combined program from the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Because without these elements here, the rest of the Marine Corps really doesn't exist. It really can't fulfill its responsibilities. So, again, to the individual awardees, for all those that have shown up today to be able to recognize and support these individuals, especially our families and the sponsors, thank you very much for taking the opportunity to be here with us today and recognize these outstanding Marines. Thank you.
At this time, we would like to introduce the Commandant's Combined Award winners. The Recruiting Staff Non-Commissioned Officer in Charge of the Year from Recruiting Station Salt Lake City, Utah, 8th Marine Corps District, Gunnery Sergeant Monty V. Dupree Ayala. The Recruiter of the Year from Recruiting Station Phoenix, Arizona, 8th Marine Corps District, Staff Sergeant Devin J. Burke. The Prior Service Recruiting Staff Non-Commissioned Officer in Charge of the Year from Prior Service Recruiting Substation, Washington, D.C., 4th Marine Corps District, Gunnery Sergeant Michael Z. Brown. The Prior Service Recruiter of the Year from Prior Service Permanent Contact Station, Baltimore, Maryland, 4th Marine Corps District, Staff Sergeant John T. Jenkins. The Drill Instructor of the Year from Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, South Carolina, Gunnery Sergeant Scott H. Pruch. The Marine Combat Instructor of the Year from the School of Infantry West, Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton, California, Gunnery Sergeant Michael M. McGahee. The Marine Security Guard of the Year from Marine Security Guard Detachment, American Embassy Vientiane, Laos, Region 3, East Asia and Pacific, Staff Sergeant Alyssa M. Burke. The Career Planner Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year from Marine Corps Base Hawaii, Gunnery Sergeant Robin M. Storm. The Career Planner of the Year from Combat Logistics Battalion 6, 2nd Marine Logistics Group, Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton, North Carolina, Staff Sergeant Cheyenne B. Brown. The Active Reserve Career Planner of the Year from Marine Aircraft Group 41, 4th Marine Aircraft Wing, New Orleans, Louisiana, Gunnery Sergeant Christina M. Parif. The 2 Male Co-Athletes of the Year from United States Marine Corps Wrestling Team, Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, Sergeant Raymond A. Bunker III and Staff Sergeant John W. Stefanowitz. The Female Athlete of the Year from the All-Marine Rugby Team, 12th Marine Corps District, Captain Kate J. Herron. The command with the highest average PFT and CFT scores, 1st Reconnaissance Battalion, 1st Marine Division, Camp Pendleton, California, represented by Lieutenant Colonel Jason C. Armis and Sergeant Major James L. Hoare. In recognition of their superior performance, the recruiters, drill instructor, Marine combat instructor, Marine security guard, and career planners will be awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal. All athletes of the year will be awarded a trophy. Additionally, these athletes will be awarded a Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal. The command with the highest average PFT and CFT scores will receive a trophy. Please hold your applause until all awards have been presented. For meritorious service and the superior performance of their duties while serving as recruiting staff non-commissioned officer in charge, recruiter, prior service recruiting staff non-commissioned officer in charge, prior service recruiter, drill instructor, Marine combat instructor, Marine security guard, career planner staff non-commissioned officer, career planner and active reserve career planner from 1 October 2018 to 30 September 2019. During this period, these Marines performed their duties in an exemplary manner. Through superior knowledge, hard work, perseverance, they aggressively represented, enlisted, trained, and retained quality men and women the Marine Corps needed to remain strong, combat-ready force. Their stellar performance is inspirational and has earned them the respect and admiration of all Marines. Their initiative and dedication to duty reflected credit upon them and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service.
He did. He was him. Congratulations to you. Which one better? Doesn't matter.
As part of the Commandant of the Marine Corps' initiative to enhance physical fitness, one unit is selected as the winner for the Unit Fitness Award. This award goes to the unit with the highest combined performance for the PFT and CFT from across the Marine Corps. This award is intended to recognize the command's emphasis on enhanced physical fitness and combat readiness. The unit score was determined by averaging the combined PFT and CFT scores of all Marine personnel in that unit. Regardless of the composite score, a command is not eligible for this award if any Marine within the command fails the PFT or CFT. Out of the 263 organizations led by a lieutenant colonel, 1st Reconnaissance Battalion at Camp Pendleton, California is the winner of this year's award. The average PFT score across the unit was 271, and their average CFT score was 279. They had 11 combined perfect scores on the PFT and CFT. Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to recognize the family members in attendance of these outstanding Marines for their sustained, unselfish, and devoted support in helping to make possible their Marines' contribution to the Marine Corps and our nation. Would the family members of these awardees please stand? For sustained, faithful, and devoted service in the support of your Marines' continued success in the United States Marine Corps. It has long been recognized that these awardees make tremendous contributions and sacrifices while executing unique duties within the Marine Corps. Your unselfish support, understanding, and friendship in this mission have enabled your Marine to distinguish themselves as one of the Corps' finest. Your strength and support during demanding and stressful conditions serves as the cornerstone of the family and is pivotal to its cohesion and stability. Your unfailing loyalty and perseverance have enabled lasting contributions to the Marine Corps and the American people. Please join me in a round of applause for their contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Winners of particular categories are eligible for meritorious promotion for their outstanding performance. The following Marines were meritoriously promoted to their current grade as a result of their performance: Staff Sergeant Devin J. Burke, Staff Sergeant John T. Jenkins, Gunnery Sergeant Scott H. Pruch, Gunnery Sergeant Michael M. McGahee, Staff Sergeant Alyssa M. Burke, Staff Sergeant Cheyenne B. Brown, Gunnery Sergeant Christina M. Periff. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's awards recipients will now receive personal recognition from various organizations. Please hold your applause until all presentations have been made. Lieutenant General Mark Faulkner, United States Marine Corps retired, President and CEO of the Marine Corps Association and Foundation, will now present the winners with a gift. The Marine Corps Association Foundation was founded as a nonprofit arm of the Marine Corps Association and fills the void in programs for the career development of Marines that is not supported by federal government funds. MC-A&F programs are designed to enhance the growth of leaders from junior enlisted Marines to commissioned officers to improve as military professionals. The four principal programs are Commanders Forums, such as battlefield studies that help Marines learn the lessons of history and apply them to current operations. The Unit Library Program, which makes books available from the Commandant's professional reading list to Marines in every unit in the Corps. The Marine Writing Program, which encourages written dialogue and discussion on topics important to the Marines and the Marine Corps. And the Marine Excellence Awards Programs, which recognizes the achievements of Marines, such as those here today. The breakfast provided to the Marines and their families was provided by the Marine Corps Association and Foundation.
Congratulations. Good morning. Congratulations, Captain. Great accomplishment. You're proud of your accomplishment. Keep up the great work, okay? Certified, hoorah.
Mr. John R. Davis from the Fleet Reserve Association will now present the winners with a gift. The Fleet Reserve Association is a congressionally chartered professional military association that works to protect and enhance the quality of life for current and former enlisted members of the U.S. Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard and their families. In addition to its advocacy work on Capitol Hill, the association also sponsors an education foundation that awards scholarships to deserving college students. The Fleet Reserve Association celebrated 91 years of service last year, and the association's participation in today's event is a continuation of its long-standing tradition of recognizing excellence among military personnel. This fine organization has been involved with the Marine Corps Combined Awards Program since its inception and is an active sponsor of similar recognition programs for exemplary Navy and Coast Guard personnel.
Congratulations. John Davis with the Military Association. Give me this recognition.
Command Master Chief Brian Schlitt, United States Navy retired, from the Government Employees Insurance Company, will now present the winners with a gift. From the day GEICO opened their doors in 1936, the men, women, and their families serving our country have filled a special segment amongst GEICO policyholders. GEICO's foundation is built upon principles of providing sales and service to all who are currently serving our nation and those who have served. GEICO's Military Center is staffed with veterans and family members from all services. Sergeant Major Howard K. Long, United States Marine Corps retired, from United Services Automobile Association, will now present the winners with a gift. USAA is proud to be a participant in today's ceremony to celebrate the achievements of these Marines. USAA began in 1922 with 25 Army officers who offered to insure each other's vehicles when no one else would. Today, their tiny organization has grown into a respected institution with over 14 million members, offering a full range of insurance and financial products to our service members and their families. We believe those 25 Army officers would be pleased to know that USAA has remained true to their founding values of service, loyalty, honesty, and integrity. USAA thanks all that are serving and all that have served. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the recruiters, drill instructor, Marine combat instructor, Marine security guard, career planners, athletes of the year, and the command with the highest average PFT and CFT scores. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of Anchors Aweigh and the Marines hymn, and remain standing for the exit of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. Please join the awardees at a reception being held in the back of the room, sponsored by USAA. Thank you for attending.